Hello, you're listening to Hugo Talks. Now, I'm not sure yet what the title of this video is going to be, but it will be something like, I don't know, dude looks like a lady PSYOP. This whole thing, to me, is very similar to the Bible Mandela effect hoax, which it is a hoax. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but for a while, you have had accounts and channels online talking about celebrities and politicians and their wives, etc., famous people, and stating or claiming that they are not the gender they claim to be, that they are the opposite. Some people call this trans-apocalypse, and this is a trend that's been going on for quite a while, quite a few years, maybe longer. And some of these people make the claim that nearly all of the people in the public eye, all of the celebrities, are the opposite gender of what they claim. I mean, like all of them. And recently, I've noticed many blue tick accounts starting to push this around even more. Now, I personally think a lot of this is rubbish. I mean, probably there are a few here and there that are secret gender opposites. Who knows? I don't know. I'm sure there's someone somewhere, but so what? I mean, I don't care, right? If Trump is a woman, or if Macron's wife is a man, or if so-and-so celebrity is secretly the opposite gender of what they claim to be, I don't care. My life does not revolve around these media assets. I don't have a stake in that rubbish. I'm not attached to it. I'm not into celebrity gossip. I'm not a follower of the pantomime put out there by the false prophet. And even if you are into all of this, you've got to ask yourself, what difference does it ultimately make? What relevance does it have to mine or your life? I mean, if this singer is really a woman and this man was always a girly, what does it matter? The answer is nothing. It's just a waste of your time. It also serves as a distraction, but it's actually much, much more than that. And what I find interesting is that this is nearly always pushed by people who say they are Christians. I mean, not all of them, but a lot of them. And they will say things like, these people are laughing at you. They were always pretending to be a man when really they were a woman, and they're trying to invert the image of God, and that they are all Satanists, all kinds of stuff like that. And they say this with no evidence apart from some images of them in a bikini and insinuations. And I believe this to be another deliberate psychological operation from the false prophet, which is the second beast of Revelation, the false prophet who causes the inhabitants of the earth to follow the beast and destroy Babylon. The false prophet is the internet, it's the media, as I talked about in the last video. This is another psychological operation from the false prophet internet media in order to corrupt and defile their audience and to go against the teachings of Jesus. And that's the big giveaway why it's a psychological operation, because so many of the people pushing this stuff say they are Christian. Yet if they were, well, they are going against the actual teachings of Jesus, which I will show in a second, right? Now, if you go back a few years, this thing was a curiosity. I mean, I looked at a few videos back then. I was curious. What is this all about? I thought I would go, oh, that's a bit weird, isn't it? And whatever. But then I lost interest in it because ultimately it's not that important to me because, who cares? It's irrelevant anyway. If someone is not the gender they claim, what difference does it make to me in my day-to-day life? Nothing. Who cares? If all of these claims, even if they were true, and these people were the opposite gender of what they say, what difference does it really make? If the person is good, they're a good person. If they're wicked, they're a wicked person. And if they have a secret that they're hiding, that's their problem. It's not mine. I mean, some people upload videos and social media post about this stuff all the time. And while this a few years ago was a curious thing, over there somewhere, it's now being pushed around much more by blue tick accounts with big numbers behind them. And it's like, I mean, look at this. This is one example here. This is a blue tick account, of course, posting loads of images all day long, every day, of well-known people. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at that. And you'll notice a lot of the time, these type of accounts will say things like, do you see Do you see what I see? Tell me what you see. Asking questions. They are literally enticing the viewer, the audience, into engagement. Do you see? What do you see? Comment. Involve yourself. Oh, look at that woman laughing. Is that an Adam's apple? Crazy stuff. Tempting you into binding yourself with this dross by commenting, right? Which actually is defiling you. And, more importantly, going against the teachings of Jesus, which is the whole point of this PSYOP. That is what the false prophet of the internet media is doing. This is just one account, right? One example of hundreds doing stuff like this. And this is just on one level, on just one topic. I mean, if you want to look at people in bikinis all day long, people you don't know and will never meet, and play gender detective going, that person's hands are too big. They must be secretly a man. Oh, the hip to shoulder ratio. It's just not correct. It must be a man. Oh, look at this guy. He's got hips. He's a secret woman. You're doing this all the time and you're making videos about this stuff for years. Hello? Are you okay? Again, it's like the other stuff I was talking about. You think some big secret is being revealed to you when it's just a load of breadcrumbs left by Satan leading you down a dark hole where there is no light. And it's not just this subject, but many others, as I was talking about in the last video. Okay? So look, anyway, to finish this up, my point, right, is 1, it's irrelevant. Who cares? Secondly, it's just a wasting your time. It's a distraction. It's distraction cake. But more importantly, and the most important thing and the most detrimental to the audiences who participate in this, and this is the crucial part, is making them disobey the teachings of Jesus, which is probably why so many of the ones pushing it say they are Christians so you don't think you're doing anything wrong. So what does it say in the Bible? This is very simple. It's very clear. John 7:24. Judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment. Yeah? Jesus said, judge not by appearance, but use righteous judgment. Don't judge people by their appearance, by how they look outwardly. What are these people doing? What are they doing with all this nonsense? Guess what they're doing? They're judging people entirely by their appearance and enticing their audiences to engage and comment and do the same, encouraging them to do exactly what Jesus told you not to do. Don't judge people by appearances. If these people are Christians and they're carrying on like this, why are they judging these people they don't know entirely by their appearance? Entirely by images of them? They are not following the teachings of Jesus, are they? Here it is again, 1 Samuel 16:7. But the Lord said to Samuel, don't judge by his appearance or height, for I have rejected him. The Lord doesn't see things the way you see them. People judge by outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. Here's another, Jesus again, John 8:15-16. Ye judge after the flesh. I judge no man. And yet if I judge, my judgment is true, for I am not alone, but I and the Father that sent me. I mean, it doesn't come any clearer than this. If you follow Jesus, you don't judge people by the flesh. You don't judge them by their appearance. At least you do your best to avoid doing that, okay? You try not to do it, and you certainly don't actively encourage it. You don't start claiming that all of these people are the opposite sex of what they are and not have any real evidence, and then encourage all your audience to sin along with you, which is what this false prophet operation is all about. It's all about corrupting and defiling the viewers, the audience. And this is done much of the time by people who say they are Christians, yet are going against the words of Jesus. Judge not by appearance, but by righteous judgment. Righteous judgment being judging someone against what is said in Scripture, seeing if their actions are in alignment with the teachings of Jesus and the Word, which is what I'm doing and showing that no, these people aren't in alignment with Jesus. As it says, you judge a tree by the fruit it brings forth. And this fruit from those trees are rotten. Yeah, I see someone state that these people are reversing God's image, right? No, that would be you. You're the one posting all these accusations about how every celebrity and politician is the opposite sex to what they're supposed to be. You're the one who's saying this and confusing people, making people say, oh, wow, I don't know, I'm confused. Who's supposed to be male or female anymore? All these influencers are saying that this celebrity male is now a female and this female is actually really a man. I'm confused. It's those making the accusations that are reversing the gender. As it states in scripture, we are all made in God's image. What does it say? Genesis 1:27. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him, male and female created he them. We are all created in God's image. So if we judge by appearance only, which is what these people are trying to do, right? And trying to encourage people to do, are we not judging God? Is that what they are getting you to do? And this is just one of hundreds of tricks the enemy plays on you. It tempts you to engage you in, so you unwittingly do the opposite of what Jesus teaches. It's no different to the Roman Empire Catholic Church. You have Jesus say in scripture, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. But Catholic priests like to think can be mediators with confession, etc. Or the same with when Jesus said, don't be like the heathens and pray with vain repetitions. And then the Roman Catholic Church wants you to use a rosary bead and repeat prayers over and over again vainly. Or how Jesus said, call no man, no priest, your father. Oh, let's call all the priests fathers, shall we? It's the same thing. There's hundreds of these little PSYOPs that all build up little by little, all getting you to go against what Jesus says in scripture. And there are loads of different ones, especially online, like this trans-apocalypse stuff. It may seem like harmless, bit of gossip, a bit of silliness, like the Mandela Effect Bible hoax and many others, but it's really a way of getting people to disobey God and Jesus without them really knowing, going against the teachings of Jesus, or an attempt at undermining the word. Okay? Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your support and your prayers. And I'll leave you with this one from Matthew 7:15-20. Ye shall know them by their fruit. Do men gather grapes or thorns or figs or thistles? Even so every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Man shall not live by bread alone, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out from the mouth of God. But by every word that proceedeth out from the mouth of God. Man shall not live by bread alone, man shall not live by bread by every word that proceeded out from the mouth of God. Where did you come from? You answered not a word, a prophecy foretold indeed. Where did you come from? No reply was heard. Glory in his destiny. Man shall not live by bread alone. Man shall not live